I'm Wayne Rippy. This is Battleship North Carolina. And this is the 11th. My name is Wayne Rippy. So I was a reservist, a little bit different than being full-time. I was actually active reservist for 2 years, and I went on the inactive reserve for 8 years after that. And you go through basic, you go through MEPS just like any full-timer does, but you're still kind of a civilian. You show up every other weekend, do whatever your unit's going to be doing, and you get 2 weeks out of the year that you spend with them. My overall experience in the military as a reservist was very positive. My idea going in was to try before you buy. I really wanted to go full-time, but I wanted to see what it would be like rather than signing a contract and dedicating my life at that age at least. The reserves worked out very well for me. And where a lot of your full-time people come out with a skill set, I went in with a skill set, with an IT skill set, so I was looking to learn something more of my interest. I learned a lot about boats. I became an engineer, and I learned how to work on diesel engines, which I had no clue how to do before. I learned about hull designs, which just blow your mind away because it's not just some simple hull. But more important than that, I learned teamwork, I learned camaraderie. Took a little while, but they kind of beat into my head the idea of hierarchy and chain of command. And there's a lot of instances where you learn to do what you're told because you were told to do it by the boss. And that's helped me out a great deal in my professional career. Some of the life skills that I learned during my time in the military actually started at the very beginning. There's this whole thing that you hear about called the hurry up and wait. And I'll tell you, the Army's very serious about that. My recruiter picked me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I started thinking then, what have I gotten myself into? Because I'd never gotten up at 4 o'clock. I may have gone to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, never got up at 4 o'clock. And we had to be there by 6, and we were half an hour early. And I thought, man, what a waste of time, a whole half hour. Later in life, I realized from that experience, you're better off getting up and getting your work done and making that a priority in your life. Because in the IT world, you never do know what's going to go wrong during the day. And if your regular job's done by 9 a.m., like the Army likes to say they do things, you got the whole rest of the day to fix problems that come up. From that, I take, a lot of times it's just better to be early. If you're not early, to at least show up on time. And if you're late, you better have a good excuse. Prior to that, I didn't really consider it too much. If I was late to a meeting or something, I just shrugged it off. Yeah, I'm late, big deal, let's go. It's a little bit more important than that. It teaches you to really respect other people. And I just want to plug in there, I recommend military for everybody. Even if you can't go full time, being a reservist, you come out of that with some good life lessons.